You know what's funny is I've never played Minecraft. Is it like this?
It's kind of.
Can you kill other people in this? I've never played Minecraft.
If you go on a
Is it
server
like
that allows
this?
it.
Why would you do that? It's so
It's,
ridiculous. What was that? Oh my god.
Kind of. It allows it.
Why would you do that? It's so
It's,
ridiculous. What was that? You know what, guys? It's okay. It's the adventure, not the destination.
No, I
that
agree. This
matters.
is actually kind of fun anyway.
But also, this is like clearing the Temple of Elemental Evil with no fucking loot at the end. This is bullshit. Whoever, I'm not mad at you guys. I'm mad at whoever built this house.
No,
They
this,
should be
this,
shot.
this is the most insane bullshit I've ever seen in my life. Why would you even make this? I mean, the amount of time, effort, and resources that would have went into making a place this big of all stone and reinforced metal, it's just completely insane.
Alex is like, now they're gonna start rebuilding the walls around us so that we can't get out.
Ha!
Joke's on them because we have building privileges. Now we're gonna claim this as our remote base.
Sarah made a sign that says WTF.
To say the least.
Well, next time we have enough resources, I'll just make a shit ton of rockets and we'll shoot down the helicopter.
There, I should show you guys that little cluster of buildings I found. It's to the west of here, to the far west. It's like far, but it's worth looking into.
Maybe tomorrow. It's already like almost 2 o'clock.
No. I mean, like,
I didn't realize how late it was.
yeah. Well, for them especially.
Right.
But I mean, just saying,
That was-
next time, whenever we go raiding next, we should check that spot out because
yeah, sure. Apparently, I can't pick them.
No, this is a good spot. It looked like a good spot. Who would have fucking guessed that this was a, fucking weirdo?
No.
fucking empty fish tank.
if
Fucking
I was
weirdo transvestite.
scouting raid spots, this is the first place I'd look at.
That's fucking foreboding sounding. Okay, well, so we have to talk about the whole Khadgar's hair not turning white thing because, like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of changes that are a little bit more substantial than
Right.
just Khadgar's hair.
I get it, but no, okay, I understand that. But like, I really like the whole Khadgar's hair turning white thing, and I was excited to see it, and then they just don't do it, and that's just really weird because they don't even have to do CGI. Put a wig on the guy. But yeah, Stormwind not being destroyed is weird. The Lothar Garona love story is weird.
Well, Garona, yeah,
Is
that's
Medivh's.
yeah. The whole
Then she's his, like, he's her father, I guess?
I guess in the movie Medivh's her father. That's how they're going with it. Because I was reading after I got back from the movie, I had a an inkling that that's what they were inferring was like, are they saying that Medivh and Garona are father and daughter? So I went online, and apparently in the novelization for the movie, they explicitly state that Garona is Medivh's daughter,
Huh.
which is fucking weird considering that, you know, they're lovers.
And she's really half Draenei.
So I don't get how people can be like all for the Horde and stuff, because like the Horde does really evil stuff a lot. Like, I understand that the Orcs world was dying, but like sacrificing Draenei souls and using, like, you know, putting them in slavery and stuff, like, it's just kind of hard. Like, it doesn't seem very honorable for one.
Well, I feel like that's perception of that is kind of whitewashed, for lack of a better term, by the World of Warcraft game. But if you played, especially if you played Warcraft 1 and 2 at the time, Warcraft 3 they weren't so much, but in Warcraft 1 and 2, it was exactly like they portrayed in the movie. They weren't the good guys. They were a bunch of barbarian savages.
Yeah, they're the villains.
Especially in the first game. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
well, I guess there has to be a certain amount of like washing for a World of Warcraft game, because you have to have people pitted against each other, so there has to be something justifiable on either side, I guess.
well, I guess they were saying like, oh, we want, you know, we'll still like, because I mean, you did play as the orcs in the first two games. It was just that, you know, you're basically playing the bad side.
Right.
And in World of Warcraft, they're saying, oh, well, we want to make them a playable race, but if, as it stands now, only psychopaths are probably going to want to play them, so we're going to make them a little more palatable.
Now, I understand to a certain extent. I would understand the fight of the undead if Sylvanas wasn't making more, which is problematic ethically. And I understand, of course, I understand the Tauren. I mean, that's not hard to get behind, I suppose.
Well, the Tauren, I feel like, to go back to our earlier point, I honestly feel like the Tauren were added explicitly just to make the orcs more palatable for mass
That
audiences.
makes sense.
Because they're this respectable, ancestral, shamanistic race, you know, there's
And then you have
nothing evil
Thrall.
about them. Yeah.
Yeah, and Thrall's like, I like these Tauren people. And yeah.
The trolls are fucking headhunters and cannibals, like...
Yeah. There is that
The Forsaken
one...
are actual psychopaths.
Yeah. Although you feel really bad for Sylvanas.
You
But it
do, but
doesn't-
then
Yeah,
you
for
look...
about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like Sarah was saying, then you start inspecting some of the things that she's done, and you're like, wait a second.
Yeah, like...
Good. She was good, and then she died.
Right. Yeah, no, it's very sad. Really, it's very sad, but you know.
But the problem is,
But-
after that, she stopped being good.
Right, and then like, so I could live with the whole like undead being like existing.
someday.
That's not anybody's fault except for I guess Arthas. But she makes more, and then that's like, no, that's not, that you're no longer just keeping your like quote unquote race alive. You're, you know, making
Why
more
are they
people.
suddenly like a race that deserves existence? Yeah, your time is come and gone.
Blood
You're,
Elves should
you're
be-
artificial, and the whole idea of preserving your people is kind of perverted in its own right.
Blood Elves should be on the Alliance side now because they should be High Elves.
Yeah, I mean, we storyline not Blood Elves anymore, so...
Well, the only reason why they were added to the Horde side was because, you know, they needed to add a character race to the Horde that wasn't butt fucking ugly.
I think the troll females are actually pretty
No,
good
they're
looking.
ugly. They have flat feet.
They have amazing boobs, though.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is, like, when you're playing... people, I actually think a lot of designers pick up on this later on, was that a lot of players, they want their characters to look nice because you spend so much time fucking looking at them. So if you're looking at a monster half the time, it gets a little unappealing for some people. If I'm playing, that's why I almost always play ladies in MMOs. Almost all my characters are girls because I want to see that ass.
I have done this, admittedly, frequently.
Honestly, I felt bad wanting to be a girl all the time because I feel like, as a gamer who's a girl, sometimes you feel like you should, like, overcompensate. At least that's how I feel sometimes. But then, I don't know. Lately, I've been like, you know what? I like to own the fact that I'm a female and I can play females that look hot, and I'll do it. Like, that's what I want to do now.
And females also, in general, tend to get better costumes.
Although the armor is so fucking ridiculous sometimes. I'm like, okay, yeah, I want my midriff to be exposed in battle. Like, what the fuck?
What do you think I meant by better costumes?
I understand, but...
We got one
But-
person way behind.
I'm bringing her along. No, I was waiting for you.
You guys just passed me.
Oh, where'd you go?
It's lag, I think.
For sure.
Oh, we have server lag then. We're waiting for you guys.
You guys
It's lag.
I used to feel a little bit of excuse me, a little bit of reluctance to introduce those sexualized elements of trope fantasy that people talk about, like the chainmail bikini and the exposed midriff plate mail. But
fair.
before I realized, let's kill him. There's 4 of us and him.
There's an arrow sticking out of your leg.
Why is it always you? Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
I actually brought 2 bandages along. I healed her.
Stop.
You're running with an arrow in your leg.
Oh my god,
got
Alex
it.
is
I
making me
got it.
stop so that she can look at the moles on my head.
You have,
No,
we
well,
both
you're
have
grabbing.
moles.
Oh my god, Alex.
We have moles.
Probably all that radiation sickness and stuff.
So I was gonna say, I at first was hesitant with the fantasy tropes. I still don't really use them, but along the way I realized girls are as perverted, if not more so. But it's the other things, like for example, my friend Abby was telling me about a convention game that she played, where they played Battlestar Galactica game with this random guy because it's convention, and he gave her this pre-gen character whose traits included her being basically like a sex bot, and he wanted her to roleplay all this out, and I was like, dude, that's so not cool. Like,
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah, come on.
and I was reading a story on Reddit about these people who are playing D&D online, and it was written by this female poster who talked about how she joined their group and she played with them for a little bit and she thought they were cool, and then apparently one night after they played, she logged out, but they continued to roleplay a fucking gangbang scene on her character. It's fucking weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I read about that. That was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, did you guys totally jerk off to it though?
Yeah, I did jerk off. Thank you, Alex. Yes, I masturbated. And she told them, like, that's not cool. Like, I feel really uncomfortable. And their response was basically like, well, it's how it is when you're a female gamer. And I'm just like, what? Oh.
No, that shouldn't. No, I mean you don't jizz all over a guy's sleeping body while he's out. Like,
Well, what if he likes it, though?
and if he likes it, then that's consent. Okay.
He's weird, but okay,
yeah,
whatever.
it's okay, right?
Where'd everybody go?